Are you kidding me? The guy asked for something spooky.
Is it a gun that sucks balls?
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something?
Like dick piercings?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
Still sexy. How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
I'll just kill some random dude.
His wishes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table we have Chump Slap.
When I'm talking to him, I'm talking to him. When I say shut the fuck up, I'm talking to you.
On the other side of the table is Dr. Syintist.
I did apply for my American citizenship back in 1992 for 5 reasons and 5 reasons only. Johnson, Jordan, Bird, Barkley, Ewing.
That's awesome. And as I always say, just because you know doesn't mean you know. You know? Welcome to Plotty Time. So let's start where we always start. Dr. Syintist, what are you playing? What are you watching? What are you doing? What are you building? What's going on with you?
What am I building? Well, I am playing Monster Sanctuary, and I made a good, awesome poison team, which I've been using for the game so far.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
A poison tomb?
Team.
Okay. Ooh,
Of
like
my,
the garbage monster from the last episode. Grabdor.
Sort of.
Good callback.
Yeah.
Garbador?
I can't believe you remember that. Garbador. Wow. He even didn't say Grabador.
Garbador. Hey, yeah, I got it too. Woo!
Still has the page open.
Well, you know, my memory was real bad last one. I think I turned it around, guys.
Oh, good.
I've been taking ginkgo biloba, so
Some nootropics, yeah.
yeah.
Now he's making up shit.
Probiotics.
What did I watch, you asked?
Sure.
I did.
I watched this movie called Red River Road.
No, like from fucking
2020.
I was gonna say, I think you should leave Red River Road.
Oh, no.
Red River Rock.
No, it's a...
It's not exactly in your Q zone, was it, Dr. Scientist?
No. Is that actually a thing? I don't know. Are you just singing a song from the...
Just from
No,
this.
it was the sketch where the back surgery thing where he's like, I can finally beat up my wife's new husband. And then he goes into the booth and starts singing a song.
Okay.
No more scamming adults at the mall.
Well, this isn't like that.
Classic.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
If, no, you know. It was made by a guy during the pandemic, and he just used his family as the roles because they were locked down wherever he is.
Okay.
Sure.
And there's a pandemic that's spread through the internet, so you're not allowed to have anything connected to the internet at all.
Oh, sick.
Because that's how you catch the disease, and they kind of like drop food off your house and stuff. But then the parents find that the kid was using his cell phone to do something.
No.
Yeah, so then they're afraid that
They get infected.
they're infected, and the kind of weird stuff starts happening. Because the disease affects your memory and shit. It was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Red River Road, you said?
Yeah. It's just the guy who's in it is the director and the writer, and the woman who plays his wife is his actual wife, and his kids are his actual kid. Because I guess they did it. I don't know where the hell it was from, but yeah, it's okay.
All right.
I was just gonna say the only like movie film during the pandemic that was clearly like DIY style, The Host, which I loved. The one with the women who do the seance.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I watched a bunch of other ones and they just didn't hit the same.
Yeah,
But
no, The Host was definitely the best one by far. It's probably the only good one, actually.
Most of this one's not good, or
It's all
good.
right. Well, I meant like that, the horror ones. that you
okay.
tried to do. Then another movie you both should watch is Blood and Honey that I watched.
Oh, shit, I watched that.
oh, I did too.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even put that on my list, but yeah, I watched
Me
it.
neither. Did I watch it? When did I watch
I
that?
almost forgot about it. I thought one of you guys.
Yeah, yeah, guys, can you tell me when I watched that?
I don't remember you talking about it, but you have it. So
Yeah. What'd you think?
it was hilarious in the idea, but the execution was poor.
Yeah, it seems like they tried to rush it out.
Yeah, as soon they were all ready once he lost once the cup was public domain. So
Yeah.
I was fucking bummed out that, okay, we're going to get into spoilers for this, people. So,
spoilers if you haven't seen Blood and Honey. Skip to...
So go ahead and fast forward, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds. But I was really bummed out that in the intro to it, they fucking ate Igor.
Me too, Eeyore.
Eeyore, yeah.
Eeyore, sorry, Igor. What am I saying?
I was upset about that too. I was just going to say that.
They just didn't have an Eeyore mask.
Well, they didn't have they didn't have a Roo or an owl either.
Yeah, fucking Tigger wasn't there. Nobody was there.
Yeah, it was just Pooh and Piglet.
And Piglet, woo. Ooh.
I really wanted to hear Pooh talk.
Yeah, so did I. I was kind of hoping he'd have the normal Pooh voice.
Yeah, that would have been great.
But he just
dude.
didn't.
Nobody could do it, I guess.
Yeah, out of the 8 people they had doing the movie, nobody could do a Pooh voice.
My wife was fucking pissed because she was waiting the whole time for someone to say, "Oh bother," in some kind of in some kind of murder context, and no one ever did. She's like, "This is bullshit."
It is. It was.
I mean, I had fun watching it, but I didn't think it was great. I'm not.
If it wasn't Winnie the Pooh, it would be a horrible movie, and it was still a bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Robin comes back. He's like, "What are you doing? You guys were so cool."
Yeah, and they can like sit with his wife's skeleton and shit. It's
just like the game we talked about last week, The X-Files. If you didn't know anything about Winnie the Pooh, then you would have been totally lost for this movie.
Yeah,
True.
and then it just kind of ends, right?
Yeah. It's
doesn't
like they
really-
ran out of money. And they're
Yeah.
like, fuck it. Just, dude, put credits up.
It's kind of like they start driving away, and it's like movie's over.
Yeah, that's
Who's
it.
still alive?
Yeah. Don't go to 1,000 Acre Woods. Or
Yeah.
100 Acre Woods, whatever.
100 Acre Woods, yeah. And then I watched. I don't even know why. There's a movie called You People
Oh, really?
with Jonah Hill, and
yeah.
I saw it. Was it any good?
You saw it. Why are you asking me?
Well,
if it was
I saw
good?
it.
Sorry.
was a thing.
Sorry.
Oh.
I saw that it existed.
It was entertaining at parts.
I mean,
It's-
Jonah Hill's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. And the only reason I really thought of it is because when we did X-Files last week, I was like, yeah, I saw that. I'll add it to the list quick that I saw it. Because David Duchovny's in it, and he plays Jonah Hill's dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Because, it's like Jonah Hill's like a super Jewish person in the movie.
Yeah.
He's going with the super black family, and they kind of mix the Jewish and black thing.
Yeah.
But it was okay. You can watch it. It's got a lot of heart, so I don't know if Papa or Chump Slap would like it.
Well, it depends how
Scratch
much
it up
fart
on
it had.
It
Like,
doesn't
it's gotta
have enough
a lot
fart
of
to cover up that heart.
Yeah.
So I don't think you could probably watch it with the wife. There's parts of it that get ridiculous because like her dad is like super Nation of Islam, and her mom is like crazy SJW Jewish mom, and they kind of like get into these little tiffs and stuff. It's
okay.
but I mean, it'll
So
make
they're
it laugh
more
at some
like
parts.
caricatures than people.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Fair enough.
Okay.
And then I watched this movie. It was called Re/Member. I don't know what the original name was, but it was like a Korean movie where these kids are living the same day over and over again, being chased by this monster.
I almost just watched that last night.
It really? It's
Almost,
not bad.
yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Sounded like it would be decent.
And they have to like each day they eventually figure out they have to try to find this dismembered body parts and put them all together to stop the day from happening over again.
Oh, that's neat.
So they do that.
Oh, so it's like a time loop type movie?
Yeah, except they're getting slaughtered every day.
Yeah, it says they got killed every night or something.
Kind of like what the Happy Birthday one where
Yeah.
but with a
Happy Death Day.
Yeah, Happy Death Day but just with a slasher type demon monster chasing you.
That sounds pretty neat, actually.
It wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it.
All right, cool.
You know, when I really think about it, they're so, like, we've seen the time loop movie before.
Yeah.
Like, Palm Springs was one of them. Fucking, obviously, Groundhog Day. There's been a billion of these. I don't think I'm tired of those types of movies yet.
No. And every single sci-fi or like fantasy show has done one.
Yeah, they're interesting.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
The one from Supernatural is one of my favorites where they keep killing Dean or keeps killing Sam and he's trying to get Dean to realize that he'll have to live without Sam.
Oh, that's right. What was the one with Frank Grillo?
I don't know who Frank Grillo is.
Yeah, he was the one you told me about where he's like an assassin running through the day, but it's a time loop movie.
Oh,
Wait, who? What?
oh my God.
Oh, I'm
Frank Grillo's been on a lot of Purge movies.
Is it like Boss Battle?
Or, yeah, something
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Boss Fight,
Boss.
maybe?
It's something like that. Yeah. That was a great movie. I should watch that again.
Boss Level.
Boss
Yes,
Level.
yes. That was a good one, actually. Yeah,
That was fun because he was like in on the joke. It was fun.
yeah,
yeah.
Mel Gibson was the boss.
And there's he like goes through a couple days where he's just learning to use sword fighting and stuff, being taught by Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
I forgot Michelle Yeoh was in that. He's also in the Marvel universe. Frank
Yeah.
Grillo,
Yeah, he played something Skull. What the fuck is it?
Crossbones.
Crossbones. Yeah, he was in Hydra.
Of course. We all remember Crossbones.
I swear he's the only other person that you can compare their career with to Nicolas Cage other than the Oscar win. Because he does like shitty action movies.
Yeah.
Like straight to video, 1-star garbage.
But he also does awesome ones.
And then he does fucking stuff like Boss Level, or wasn't he on Paul T. Goodman? He was the assassin guy who was so cool.
Was he?
He was like the guy that portrayed the cool guy in the movies.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, yeah, I'm on the dating apps. And Paul T. Goldman's like, isn't it horrible? Isn't dating just the worst? Isn't it just terrible to find people on that? And then Frank Grillo's like, I'm having a good time.
Yeah. He's like, no, it's pretty easy.
I mean, Frank Grillo is also a beautiful movie star, you know?
Yeah, you said it. I agreed with it.
He's a good-looking fella. We can say that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
What else you doing, Dr. Scientist?
That was it. That was all of it.
Cool.
Adoring Frank Grillo.
Yeah, that's basically all I did. What about you, Poppascotch? Why don't you tell us?
Thanks. I played, I could not get back into fucking Atomic Heart. I just couldn't.
That's fair.
I think I'm going to at least beat the game, but I don't know, I'm not having fun. But so I played a little bit of Chell just to get a couple rando trophies and just kill some time.
Right.
But that's really all I played.
Fair enough.
For what I watched, I'll start with the stuff I've talked about before. I just had a difficult day yesterday, just off a red-eye flight, so I knew I was going to fall asleep again, so I just wanted to put something on I've seen a billion times.
Right.
So I rewatched Midnight Mass.
You've seen that at least 6 times that we talked about it.
At least 4, probably. Yeah, I just love it. I love it so much, but I watched a bunch of episodes of that. Also, when I was on the road, I was in Las Vegas. I went to a Golden Knights game when they were playing the Oilers.
Oh, yeah?
And it was a lot of fun. They really put on a show there at that stadium.
Wow, in Vegas? Never would have guessed.
I know, right? Everything's in gold. It's weird. You wouldn't have thought it. But they had some kind of dubstep drum corps playing, which makes a lot more sense if you saw what I saw.
Yeah, because it didn't make sense when you said
That
it.
sounds fun.
No.
Did you, when you were in Vegas, did you ever go on that roller coaster that goes over the edge of the building and comes back around?
No, I have not. I think that's the one in New York.
Oh, is that a new? All right.
No, the casino's name is New York.
Oh, okay.
But that's actually right next to their arena. So I've walked past it a bunch, and part of it comes outside, so you could see that part from the arena.
Yeah.
But I've never done that. I've never done the Ferris wheel thing they talk about, which I didn't realize was like a bar.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a Ferris wheel. They have a name for it, but each, I guess, pod or whatever you want to call it holds 30 people, and they have...
Oh, you can just... okay.
You pay as part of a group to go on it, and the thing takes 30 minutes to do a full rotation, and in that 30 minutes, you drink as much alcohol as you possibly can from the bar.
What is this, frat life again?
Dude, it's Vegas. There's nonsense like that all over. Any cubby you walk into is a bunch of nonsense.
Any cubby.
Any
what he
cubby,
said.
any fucking alley, anything is just some kind of sideshow story or nonsense. But I did eat at Guy Fieri's restaurant, and holy shit, was that amazing.
Guy Fieri.
Was it worth it?
It was ridiculous. I got the trash can nachos, which made a
sounds
scene.
Awesome.
It made a scene at the bar.
Did it really?
The guy came out with it, and he goes, "Let me prepare your nachos, sir." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then he puts it on the bar, and it's like a metal cylinder.
It's an actual trash can lid.
I mean, it's not a trash can lid, but it's definitely in the same appliance as a trash can. It's made of the same aluminum. So he slowly lifts it up, and the nachos just fucking cascade onto the plate.
That sounds so you.
It was
he loved
awesome. It was really good. And then I ate the Big Dipper, or whatever it was called. It's like an au jus dip type sando.
Nice.
And those two things combined with a soda, because I wasn't drinking, cost me, I think, $60.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
It's fucking when in Rome, right?
Yeah, right?
And then I also watched a new comedy special from Kyle Kinane came out.
Oh, nice.
I'm a fan of his. It was free on YouTube. I'm like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff. And then I watched an entire TV series. Have you guys heard of Kaleidoscope?
No.
No.
Okay. Ultimately, I liked it, but it was a real big bummer. It stars Giancarlo Esposito, who was in Breaking Bad. He was the bad guy in the Far Cry 6 game, like the dictator.
Right.
He's been in things. And he's the main character, and he's basically pulling a heist. It's a heist show.
Okay.
And
A heist
each episode...
show. All right.
Yeah, but it's told out of order. So the first episode is him getting the team together, which is pretty, standard shit for a heist thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next episode is 4 years before the heist, and they go in the backstory. Then the next one, I think the last 3 episodes were 6 months after, and then the day after. No, it was the day after, then it was 6 months after, and then it was the heist. So they told the whole story out of order.
That seems weird.
But it was good. It was really a bummer the way it ended up, but I enjoyed it. The acting was good. Some of the characters were super charming, so that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kaleidoscope, you say?
Kaleidoscope. If you want to see a real bummer heist movie or heist show that's done very well,
I love bummers.
then check it out. But that is all I watched and played. How about you, sir? Chump Slap. What have you been watching? What's going on with you?
Well, I didn't play anything this week. I left my PlayStation off except to turn on once to check the new sales.
I just do that on my app.
Oh, smart.
Well, it's smart. You could be watching something else while looking
Yeah.
through your app.
Damn it. Well,
Dr. Scientist has some good ideas once in a while.
won't do that again. But I did pick up that Will You Snail game. It was on sale.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I'll check it out.
I think it's something you'll enjoy a little bit.
Yeah. I'm a fan of puzzlers and stuff.
You're dying a lot.
Dying is fun.
I don't know anything about this game.
Scientists talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, so you're a snail. There's an AI that's attacking you.
Oh, yes.
You got to get through stages, whatever. But I watched a couple things.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
I watched the new season of Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you now?
Yeah.
What is it like?
It wasn't bad. I mean, the stories were stupid, but just when they're watching videos, they actually had some really funny parts in them, like the comments and shit. I laughed out loud a few times, so I can't hate on it.
Do you think people who know nothing about Beavis and Butthead would like it, or is it just a nostalgia thing for us?
I don't know. I don't know if kids these days, I don't know if they'd get it, you know?
Sure. Of course.
It's pretty deep. But I don't know.
Yeah, the one complaint about Beavis and Butthead was how deep and pensive it made you.
God damn, I keep thinking because of this shit.
It's so meditative. You got to watch it like 4 times
Yeah.
before you really get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I thought maybe if they have my sense of humor, they'll laugh at it. So
Not many people do, though.
thank God. But I watched a couple movies too. You see this one called Hunted?
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I'm aware it exists.
Well, it's like
I have a feeling that when you describe a movie, you shouldn't go by the title because it sounds like so many other movies you've talked about in the past 4.5 years.
There's like 6 movies called Hunted. Which
Yeah.
one?
It's about these couple thieves. They're doing a heist. They have to steal a fucking
Ooh, it's the heist episode.
knife or something.
I guess.
But they get caught by the homeowners, and then they release them and hunt them. Like it's a fucking like classic old fox hunt. You know, they have hounds and shit, and they release them on this huge estate and try to fucking chase them down.
Did I see this?
I don't know. I think it might be a Amazon original or something.
I might have watched it. I don't know.
It's not bad.
Of course, I could have watched another movie that was exactly like it.
Yeah.
Anybody in it we know?
No, I didn't know any of these people. It's like a Most Dangerous Game type thing, but
People hunting people. I was thinking of the one with what was it? The one that came out with what's her name from Glow?
Allison Brie?
No, the other one.
Man,
well, I
I
mean, there's a
have
bunch
no
of women in the
idea.
movie, but the other lead, Betty Gilpin.
yeah, I don't know.
I'm finding it. She was in The Hunt.
Yeah.
The Hunt. Oh, well, it's probably the same thing, right?
No.
They were people who got captured and like let loose in this town, and everyone went and hunted them. Same concept.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Well, it's one of those.
That might have
movies.
been the one I've seen. Who knows?
It was pretty good, though.
Good.
Then I watched Gang Related with
Okay.
Jim Belushi and Tupac.
It's not what I expected to hear after that.
Yeah, right? They're corrupt cops, and they're like killing people, and then they accidentally kill this DEA agent, and they blame it on a homeless man and have him sign a confession and everything. The homeless man turns out to be a fucking super rich guy, and he's got lawyers and shit. And
That's very social commentary, not in Jim Belushi's wheelhouse.
yeah, it was interesting. And then Mac's dad from It's Always Sunny shows up in it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Awesome.
Is he a drug dealer?
he's a criminal.
I can't imagine him playing any other role.
Yeah, it's pretty good, dude. Check it out. Gang Related.
His name is Gregory Scott Cummins.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's his
say
real
it, but I
name.
didn't think anyone knew.
I thought that I remember seeing someone talk. It might have been the Always Sunny podcast, but they were talking about him.
Yeah.
Like Mac, the actor who plays Mac Dad, and they said he's one of the funniest people in the world to work with. Like they can't keep it together when he's on set because they always just start laughing.
I could imagine being hard to do those scenes because he's always so serious, the dad. and they're always like just
Yeah, I can imagine he just says the line and you have to just crack up
Yeah.
about it. Like,
Yeah, because he like opens his eyes real wide and says something like crazy, but so
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah,
How would you not
exactly.
laugh at that in the room? Ooh, Gary Cole's in it too. He's
Yeah.
great.
yeah, but that's all I did. I just watched a couple things.
all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, if you got nothing else, we can go ahead and just sashay right into the Plotty Time vibe chat.
Sachet.
Yeah, let's check that out. What is that? Ooh,
That's a vibe.
Fancy walk.
is that a vibe?
know?
No, not this. I know what a sachet is. I want to know what that vibe
It's
is.
a satchel.
You're thinking of a bindle.
Big news that happened recently is E3 2023, I'm sorry to say, has been canceled.
I haven't cared about E3 in so long.
No one did. That's why all the video game developers pulled the fuck out and said they're going to do their own thing. And E3's like, well, if no one's coming, fuck this.
Yeah, right. Like, oh well, I guess it's canceled then. Take that. Yeah.
There were definitely like, if you watch YouTube videos of the most ridiculous E3 moments, that's a nice little
It is funny,
Nice
some of
little-
them.
sachet through time.
Oh, how many times are we going to fit that word in here? Yeah.
It's my word of the day. I got to use it 9 times in a sentence. I mean, all the video game studios were like, why do we do this? Like, why do we rush to get a demo done for this event in June that we have no control over? We're just going to like do our marketing on our own time.
Yeah.
Never really made sense to me.
I don't know, because it was always such a convention to go to. People loved it.
I mean, it made sense before the internet and like Twitch, but nowadays it doesn't make sense to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So E3's dead.
Long live E3.
I was just going to say that.
I guess.
How many people are actually going to get that reference?
Also, there's a couple things of sad news for the vibe, so we'll blow through these. GDC organizers responded to reports women were drugged, assaulted at off-site events.
At GDC? Yeah, it sounds like it would happen.
Yeah, it's several game developers who attended the Game Developers Conference reported that they experienced harassment on the floor, while others claimed that they had their drinks spiked at a networking event.
Jesus mighty.
Man, you don't think about video game people to be this terrible, but I guess there's terrible people everywhere.
That's kind of what I think about when I think about anybody who does that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anybody that does anything.
Like a developer or a producer.
no,
or,
anybody. Period.
I mean, everybody's usually a douchebag anyway, but
So Guy Bloomberg, it's only 1-0. That's a weird name. Vice president of video game PR agency Stride, who worked on games like Dying Light 2 and Bright Memory Infinite, said that they were informed of multiple folks that were roofied last Thursday night in San Francisco, most probably at the karaoke event we hosted.
Oh, most likely.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was some kind of like widespread event thing to start roofing people. There's probably a couple bad actors, but still, that's awful. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
Seriously. Come on, guys. Get your shit together.
But it's a male-dominated space, and unfortunately, this stuff...
A bunch of nerds who don't get laid.
Yeah, they're like, well, got a roofie, I guess. Go walk off a short pier. Take a long walk off that short pier.
There you go.
Speaking of nerds, you know what nerds I don't like? Storm chasers.
Fuck you. That's fun.
Are they nerds?
I
I mean, I guess they're weather nerds, right?
Yeah.
You tell me Twister wasn't a great movie.
No, it wasn't.
No one is saying Twister wasn't a great movie, right? Let's just take it easy. I'm just, the idea of a person who's like, let's get close to that shit and document it.
Yeah. I want to take pictures of lightning.
I don't know. I think that I fucking love to take a picture of lightning. I tried so many times. It's hard.
I just, that's a wild thing to be really passionate about and to put your way in harm's danger like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it, well, I guess
You're
they're
way in
nerds.
harm's danger.
Why do they bother you so much, Dr. Science?
Seriously.
I don't know. I saw like a short YouTube clip on one. I was like, I hate these people.
You hate everybody, though.
And you know that Twister birthed hundreds.
He's like,
If not
sometimes you
thousands
drive
of
to
people.
Montana and it just rains. And then you drive to North Dakota and it just rains. And then you go get sunburnt in Montana again. I was like, well, just stop fucking chasing things that aren't there.
But they said there might be a tornado there.
Yeah, you don't know.
It just
If
gets,
Twister taught me
gets my
anything-
gears, you know?
You can't predict the tornado, dude.
And that's what Twister set out to teach you. His nature's
amazing
unpredictable.
That movie came out in 1996, and we're still not that much closer to predicting where tornadoes are.
Yeah, right? Probably further away now.
I'm so glad I live in a place that doesn't
Now-
have them, because that must be fucking
Now,
terrifying.
now they have
Yeah,
drones that
right.
can just drop fucking things in tornadoes if they really want to.
We're making Twister 2, bro.
It's all tech.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And our hearts go out to all those people who died in the tornadoes yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Very insensitive.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't have mentioned that. Anyway.
Hope somebody got it on film.
Hey, I was talking about the nerds who chased them.
Could have been some people that died.
No, that was their own fault.
Well, I mean, there's a certain point of accepted risk if you're fucking chasing one around, right?
Yeah, right.
You don't have to be doing that.
No. All right. Fair
Still,
enough.
sorry about the people that were lost in the
Yes.
tornadoes. Moving back to video game news.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were on.
Did you hear about, you guys remember this company? They're called EA.
Uh-huh.
They make The Sims now.
It's in the game. Those guys.
That's the executive one. Apparently, they have laid off 800 people just a couple weeks after posting that they had huge corporate profits.
Makes sense.
They said this is the most difficult part of being a CEO, said the CEO who just reported $7 billion in net revenue last year.
That is a hard thing to do.
But they also have so many people working for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is a thing in the tech industry now, just they overhired in the last couple of years, and now thousands of people are getting let go.
Well, they're kind of, all these tech people saw Twitter lay off all these people for no reason. So like, hey, get rid of everybody.
Yeah. They got AI working for them now.
Maybe they're writing all their stories with AI.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Has
It
to
starts with just the NPCs,
be. Yep.
and then there you go.
Crazy.
Profit of over $5 billion. That's nuts. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Balls and wieners and stuff.
And last piece of news I got for you. This is some real nerd shit.
Oh, shit.
Real nerd
Is
shit.
it about space?
It better not be about zombies.
No, it's about Magic the Gathering.
Oh, that's cool shit, though.
I don't know.
Did you guys see that the rarest of the rare, the Black Lotus card, has been sold twice in a month, each time breaking the previous record for how much?
Is this that company that just buys and sells to themselves to just up
Raise the
prices?
price of shit.
Yeah.
It's not, actually. I did
Oh,
look into
shit.
that. It's not them this time.
Was it $175,000?
200 something.
So on March 16th, a PSA 10 gem mint alpha.
How are you going to find
Get
those?
an alpha. Fuck you.
An Alpha 10, PSA 10.
How?
It's fake.
It has to be.
Glad you guys know what those fucking words mean. Apparently, alpha, the word, means to our listeners out there that it was part of the initial print run
Yes, that's what Alpha
from
means.
1990.
And how do you have a gem mint 10?
I know, a 10. Perfect cut, everything. That's bullshit.
It sold for $540,000.
All those ratings are made up anyway, just so they can do shit like that. That's.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see
It would
it.
have been cool if I would have bought one back in the day when they were like $1,000.
Yeah, for real.
And then a artist proof card. So this is for our listeners again. A white backed card printed solely for the artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do that for everything. Yeah.
I have one.
Near mint, mint plus 8.5 copy went for $615,000.
Why would that be worth more? You
Yeah.
can't even.
It's not even a card you can use.
Yeah. Well, it's not like you're using a black.
Yeah,
Lotus.
well, that's true. Well, you would if you could,
I guess it's pre-alpha.
but it's still. I guess maybe it's because it's only one of a kind.
Yeah.
It was signed by Rush, Christopher Rush.
Yeah,
the
he did the
illustrator.
art. Yeah,
Oh,
he did a lot of art
I
back
don't see
then.
it.
Sorry,
But
I forgot
still.
to mention both of those cards were in a case signed by Rush. I think he signed the cases,
Well, yeah, you signed the card. The card.
Card ain't
about
worth
it.
shit.
even if it's by the guy that made the art.
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. It makes it
It's
less
like it's
valuable.
a damaged card then.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Both of these card sales broke the previous auction record for a Black Lotus that was $511,000 in 2021, and all three prices looked obscene next to a couple fans' personal anecdotes about buying the card for a couple $100s 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I would have. Well, I
That's-
also didn't have the money 20 years ago, but
How many gem mint 10s are there?
it's hard to believe there's one.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that because it came up right here. There are only 6 Gem Mint 10 condition Black Lotuses in existence.
That's too many.
That's how you know the rating is just fucking. They made it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is a 10.
It is. There's 41 near mint / mint 8 copies.
How many nines?
The number I don't know.
There is
It
no
just-
9.
It
It goes
does
from 8
say
to
Eight to
10.
10. Yeah.
that
Everything's a 9. I will just mark it
Yeah.
a 10.
That's crazy.
There's also rumors that Post Malone bought a artist proof Black Lotus for $800,000, but that's not confirmed.
He probably did. He loves playing Magic.
Yeah. Wild,
There you-
man.
There you go. Wild ass Magic cards. If you have any open packs from the 90s, you might have this card in it.
Yeah. So open up all those packs.
Yeah.
Most of them are worth more if you just keep them shut and nobody knows what's in them.
I don't know what an alpha pack's worth. Probably priceless.
Can you imagine, like, finding an alpha pack in, like, your garage or attic that's in perfect condition? You sell it on eBay for, how much would that even go for?
I couldn't even imagine.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
I don't think there are any.
There's got to be some.
Could be a one of a kind.
Well, imagine you find a box with, like, 10 packs in it.
Right.
And then you sell that on eBay for, I don't know, $100,000, something insane like that. And then you find out that there's a $500,000 card in there.
I think you're back in the day. You could see into the packs. The wax was like weak.
You could.
So
There's a lot of them that you could see in.
Yeah.
But you can tell when they were looked through. A booster box is $250,000.
Holy fuck. How many
Really?
cards is that? Or packs or whatever?
It's probably 24.
Yeah, I don't know. There were a lot less cards in the pack.
It's just
back
what I
then,
quick
too.
did a thing. But like a pack is $45K.
Jesus Christ.
$45,000.
A PSA
Like
authenticated pack. Never mind. I wouldn't go with that. Let's see what they are on cardkingdom.com.
That's too much, man.
$30,000.
For a
for
pack.
a pack, like for having no idea what's in it.
Booster pack includes 15 cards.
So what is the chance that
I would
if
sell the pack.
You'd sell the pack? You'd take that gamble?
Mm-hmm. Because most of the cards you can get in Alpha, you can buy yourself if they're like
Yeah.
most of
Probably
them
just,
you'll get the
I'll
comics.
probably get a whole land pack.
There's probably like $3 cards.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Well, there's probably
So the smart monetary decision would probably be to sell that back.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? It's fucking $30,000.
Man, that's wild. Anyway, so that's what we got for the Plotty Time vibe check. So how about we get into the game, guys? How about it?
Oh, let's do it, dude.
Dude, an Alpha Birds of Paradise is only $3,000.
We're the intro, the music happened. We're on to another thing now. This week, as you can see by the episode description, we are talking about the video game Van Helsing. Not the movie, the video game.
Yeah.
They're one
It
and the
was
same,
released May 6th, 2004.
I wanted to
Number
watch
one
it,
song
man.
in the country. You guys got any guesses?
Right? 2004 again, huh? Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Shaggy.
Low.
Shaggy, it wasn't me.
Was that 2004?
No.
No, it was before that.
Yeah, it's way before that.
Low by Usher featuring Little John.
You're almost there.
Oh, it's Little John.
Well, I'll get Bentley in here.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna
It's
go
probably
say-
an
Oh,
Usher song.
he's right here already. He goes, okay, you ready, Bentley? Go for it, whenever you're ready. Okay. She say, come get me. So I got up and followed her to the floor.
Oh, Get Low by
It's the
Flo
same-
Rida.
Baby, let's go. When I told her, I said, yeah.
It's the same song
I
from
got
last.
down low,
Yeah.
say, come get me.
Yeah, or whatever.
Didn't I say that?
I thought you did.
I
You said Get Low.
I did
It's
say Get
yeah.
Low. It was yeah.
It's yeah,
I
yeah.
said Usher featuring Little John Low, but yeah, I was mixing up the Get Low.
Did this get released on the same exact time as last?
It was 2 months later. So
Dude,
it
Get
had
Low was
quite a run. Yeah, by Usher featuring Little John and Ludacris.
yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Number one movie is different. I'll start with the tagline, give you guys an idea. The tagline is the one name they all fear.
Van Helsing.
It's Van Helsing, fucking the movie Van Helsing. I was so bummed when I saw
Shut
it. I'm
up,
like,
was
God
it?
damn it, really?
Get the fuck out.
Synergy with marketing. A famed monster slayer is dispatched to Transylvania to assist the last of the Valerius bloodline in defeating Count Dracula.
So they came out.
They came out at the same time. Yeah.
It's like one of those companion novels that's just the story of the movie in written form.
Yeah, that's wild.
But this day in history, May
Well, I think that
6th,
movie was number one.
Yeah, right.
it was probably number one for like a week. And then
Yeah,
that
for
was
real.
that. Well, you know, the spring is usually dumping time. This was before all Marvel movies came out in like May.
Yeah, right.
So, this day in history, May 6th, 1837, an American blacksmith creates the first steel plow in Grand Detour, Illinois. His name, John Deere, founder of Deere and Company.
Yeah. Nice.
Pretty deep. This game was released for PS2, Xbox, and Game Boy Advance. That's not one we see here very often.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
no. We're going to have to do more GBA games.
Developed by Sapphire and published by the same one from last week, Vivendi Universal Games.
Oh, they were killing it in 2004.
They were doing movie-based games.
Yeah, that's what they did.
I'll say that. It is a third-person action hack and slash. This week, Dr. Syintist, you picked this gem. So How about you lead us into this and tell us what it's all about?
Well, the gameplay reminded me a lot of like Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
I can see that.
Yeah, or like the 3D Castlevania games. Anyway, the game starts with you playing Van Helsing, and if you've seen the movie, it starts the exact same way, I believe. We are chasing Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Mm-hmm. And like eventually you get to Mr. Hyde and you fight him and you kill him. I guess this is like a tutorial mission because it has nothing to do with the rest of the game. But anyway, you cut off his arm.
Hyde shows up again.
What?
Doesn't Hyde show up later in the game?
No.
We'll see.
Nice.
Oh no, he shows up right here.
Yeah, you grapple him. You grapple him. You shoot the grapple like through his chest and pull him off the top of the
Yeah, he
cathedral.
shows up 5 minutes later. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Anyway, you end up killing Mr. Hyde. It reminds me a lot of like A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen too.
Yes.
That kind of scene. Anyway. Then it cuts into the real game where you get a note from, I guess, the Pope or somebody high up in the church.
The Order.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, I really liked this intro though. Like it was very cinematic.
What do you mean, the whole Mr. Hyde thing or them getting talked to by...
Oh, the whole Mr. Hyde thing, and then the title card, and then
It was kind of, yeah.
the time jump.
Yeah,
I just thought they did it very well.
I liked everything about except for when he shoots the grappling hook through him and then lands inches above the ground.
Yeah.
Like everything's fine. But whatever, it's Van Helsing.
Yeah. It's the name everyone fears.
They fear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, you get a note from someone in the Order, and it says, hey, you got to go to Romania and take out this Vlad Dracula guy. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
No.
But they've been trying to wipe out this, I guess, family, and there's only one person left, and if they wipe her out, then all the whole family dies and doesn't go to heaven.
Oh, no.
And you got to try and break the curse and send them all to heaven. I don't know how they know this, but
Yeah.
they seem to know what they're talking about, I guess.
You get these notes all the time through the game,
Yeah.
and it doesn't make sense where you'd get them.
I don't know. I think it's just cutscene loading screens.
Yeah, I know, but there's one where it's like you're at the bottom of a castle or whatever.
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
a note, and it's like, oh, get out of the castle. What?
So anyway, you eventually get on a train and head to Romania. I guess it's Transylvania.
I assume that's what they were
It's
doing.
Viseria
right?
Village.
Viseria, yeah, whatever. And you get off the train and there's a ghost there. And he's like, ooh, and flies away. I don't know. I can't even tell you the last time I saw this movie.
I was going to ask, has anyone seen it or is familiar with it? I think I might have seen it. Like,
Oh,
when
I've seen it a couple of times, but I don't remember. I remember the Mr. Hyde part. I know that part's in it, but I don't know if any of the rest of it's in the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember anything that's in this.
I just remember him being a badass with crossbows, and I remember, I think my wife made me No, I had to watch the Hansel and Gretel one with Jeremy.
That one's good. I think
What's
Kate
his name?
Beckinsale's in Van Helsing as the Anna girl.
I have no
I mean,
idea.
I'm like seeing it in my mind, but I don't remember anything from this.
I should have watched it just so I could compare, but yeah, it is Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, that movie's 2 hours long.
My first note in this is I'm not watching the movie. That's my first note.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so you start heading through the Romanian woods, and you end up at a windmill, and you end up getting to Visteria Village, and somehow skeletons are around. I guess you just need a monster to fight. And you end up getting into like this fountain area of town, I guess the center, and you end up fighting a guy here who's kind of cloaked and you don't know who it is. And you beat him and he runs away. You find out later. So you're walking around this town and you're fighting some random stuff, and eventually you go into a church. And there's 3 vampires there who are like feeding on a woman on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who it is? It's the princess you're trying to save, Princess Anna.
Of course.
Yep.
Well, the Order did tell you to go there.
Yeah.
I am seeing here that the game is based on the movie, so it's probably very similar. And Hugh Jackman did his voice in this game. I did not notice that.
Me neither.
Honestly, didn't even try and hear if it was.
I just kept looking at his face and being like, that kind of looks like him.
Him and Richard Roxburgh.
Is that the guy who plays Dracula?
That is
Tied.
Dracula, yes. You are correct. And then he went and played M/Professor Moriarty in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's
Oh.
2 League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Reference. All right, let's see if we can bang in 4 or 5
Yeah,
more.
you just sashayed right into that.
God damn. Love this podcast.
Anyway, so you fight off the 3 vampires. You fight he fights in the movie. I remember that scene, but I don't know if it's in the church or the same happens. But anyway, you fight them off. You eventually chase them all away. I believe you kill one of them here.
One, yeah.
Marishka.
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't like to.
And you eventually save the princess, and she's like, now you just killed that vampire and they're all come back wanting revenge.
Yeah, she's so pissed you saved her life.
Yeah. It's like they only killed for what they wanted, and now they're going to kill for revenge, and it's all your fault.
It's like, fine, I would have let you go.
And then she goes on some story about how her brother was bitten by a werewolf.
She's like, you just saved my life, and now they want to kill us. But by the way, my brother was bitten by a werewolf 6 months
He was
ago.
here researching Dracula.
Yeah, of course.
And now we're going to go look at his research. But then it goes to a thing where you get a letter from the Order and like, hey, destroy this Igor guy who's going around the forest.
Right.
So you go through this library and this crypt part, and you go through some graveyard. I wrote there's naked water spirits because I don't know why they were there.
Yeah, I fight naked ghost twins.
Yeah.
So they're talking about Igor from The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I think it was Igor, like Frankenstein's.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was wondering why the Hunchback was in this at all.
It could be the same thing. I don't know.
Was that the Hunchback's name?
No. His name
No,
was...
no.
Oh, yeah, it's a weird thing.
It's not weird. It's just French.
Jean.
No, but they were, at one point in this game before this, they were in Paris at the attic of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And that was where Mr. Hyde was, not the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Unless the Hunchback of Notre Dame was in this game and we just missed it. Like he could have just been a boss that you fight.
Quasimodo.
There it is. That was right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, that's not weird.
It's not French either.
Anyway.
I was thinking like Gaston.
Yeah.
So you go and you fight these naked water spirits, and this ghost shows up again, and he's like, "It's me. I'm Valerius. You remember me, Gabriel?" And you're like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I'm Ben Helsing."
Like, who the fuck are you calling Gabriel Ghost?
And then Igor kind of like shows up and just slices through it in the air, supernatural style, to get rid of the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up fighting Igor, and then you hear some werewolf howls, and you're like, "Uh-oh."
And then you run away, right?
Yeah, you basically run away. So then you get another thing. You're like, "Hey, you got a quest now to kill this werewolf you're hearing."
Yeah. See, like, how did they know?
Yeah, how did they know you've been seeing a werewolf? Like, a werewolf's running around. I'm fucking sure you've seen him by now, so you got to kill that thing.
In that fight with Igor, you had to have come across the werewolf.
Word around the campfire is there was a werewolf watching you. I don't know.
So they told you where to go to get Igor, but they never mentioned, hey, by the way, there might be a fucking werewolf around.
Yeah.
So heads up for that.
So you're like, all right. So you chase through the town and you fight him. I fight him a couple times, the werewolf.
Yeah.
And after like the third or fourth time you fight him, I don't even write how many times you did it. He reverts to a human and he's like, "Just kill me now, kill me now." And you're like, all right. And then the princess jumps in and he's like, "No, you can't kill my brother."
We must find the antidote.
And then he kind of like turns back into a werewolf and runs away. And I don't even know what happens here, but I wrote some bullshit about monsters.
Well, she's saying that Dracula has the antidote.
Yeah, I
so.
was going to get to that. Yeah.
Oh.
He has the cure to make him from a werewolf. And it was probably like he's not a monster. He's just,
Yeah.
blah,
It's
blah.
misunderstood.
Normal stuff.
Right.
And then you're like, hey, go visit Castle Frankenstein. You're like, all right.
Makes sense.
Yep. So you go through some labs, and then you end up in this room with egg sacs, which I do remember from the movie. And they hatch like little vampires, but they're kind of weak.
Like Dracula clone
Yeah.
kids or whatever.
And then Dracula kind of walks on the ceiling and walks down. And he's like,
Yeah, that's straight from the movie.
yeah, I believe that part is too. And he's like, hey, man, I've been dead, and you've been dead for a long time. And he's like, Gabriel, why'd you do it? You killed me. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm Van Helsing.
Who's this Gabriel dude?
Yeah. And he's like, we were friends. We used to fight back together. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I just wrote wax is poetic about a hunter and a murderer.
Yeah. It's like, used to be bros.
Yeah. And then you kind of have a little tiff with Dracula. He kind of escapes.
He's kind of like, we used to be friends. Then you got a girlfriend.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly. We were in the order together, bro. And then you like went off with,
Yeah. It's very.
you betrayed me. You betrayed the order for that girl.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I was not ready or expecting an incel version of Dracula.
Right?
And I realized I didn't want to see that.
No.
Well, they don't really clear this up. Spoiler for the rest of the game. But you don't really. By the end, you have no idea what happened.
No. They don't say
Yeah.
shit.
I forgot about that. You're right. They just don't. That's it. They just don't.
You're
go
making
into
it sound incelly, but it could be completely different.
Yeah. He could have
Well,
stole his
I
girlfriend.
think you
or-
guys might have made it sound a little
Well,
incelly by saying.
I believe Chump Slap made it sound incelly,
Well,
but
that's
it was
how
funny.
it sounded to me. So.
Look, okay, Chump Slap's an incel. Carry on.
So
No, just kidding.
Yeah, Volcel.
False cell?
voluntary.
Volcel.
Yeah, it's the opposite of incel. Is it the opposite of incel?
I assume so.
No,
I
'cause-
guess that would just be someone who's getting laid all the
Yeah,
time.
that would be the opposite of an incel. It's Volwade. Opposites are weird.
Sure
Anyway,
are.
all these little vampires come and pick you up and fly you off into the air and drop you on top of a windmill.
Of course.
And you end up in a cave, which is what Chump Slap referred to earlier, because you wake up and you have messages from the Order.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
There's monsters in this cave you landed in. How did you send this 2 weeks ago and it got here now?
Yeah, it's like, you might want to get out of that cave.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So he walks through these caves, some platforming, some fighting and stuff, and you eventually come across a campfire, and guess who's there? Frankenstein, yeah, and you fight him. I believe this is the guy you fought at the fountain too, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, he was in no, it was definitely him. He was in like a
Cloak.
Hulk style
Yeah.
disguise, you know?
Yeah.
Not Hulk. No, the Thing. Remember the Thing from Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just wore the trench coat and a hat, and everyone's like, "Oh, who the fuck is that?" It's like that style.
That's exactly what it was.
It's funny because he's a big dude, and everybody notices huge dudes who walk in.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember, who was the wrestler who's from Nesquehoning? I saw him at the bar one time. He's like a monster of a person. Like, you see him on TV, and he's kind of small, but he's like twice as wide as me, but has muscle.
Dude, all those wrestlers
I know.
are crazy.
And like a foot and a half taller. It's
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Are you
For
talking
anybody-
about Eugene Allen Gene Snitsky?
Yes.
Oh, Snitsky. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, 6'8", 307.
Yeah, dude.
And it's muscle, too.
Yeah. But you know how wide I am? He's twice as wide.
That's crazy.
Like I've seen football players like when I was at college,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
even then, those fucking guys, like, I just think about myself being on the same field, and I'm like, they'll put me in traction immediately.
And they could beat me in a foot race.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the terrifying thing. When you see these linemen that are like 6'9", 370, and you're like, whatever, I can outrun them. It's like, oh, they ran a 4.9 40. It's like, wait, what the fuck?
That's kind of like slow for linemen, too.
I know, they're fast as hell and huge. It's terrifying sport. I'm talking obviously about professional wrestling.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah. That's the only reason.
So you fight Frankenstein, and then after you kind of like have a little tiff, you're like, oh, now we're best friends.
Yeah. It was a lot like the Monster Squad Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He's like, friend?
Or like the book Frankenstein.
Yeah, he was never.
Frankenstein's monster.
Never read it.
Oh, dude, I was waiting for someone to go, actually.
Yeah, right.
Frankenstein's monster.
Well, no, this was Frankenstein.
But it is the book Frankenstein, the monster from the book Frankenstein.
Yes.
He's not an asshole in the book. He's kind of...
No, he's not a monster. Like, he
Yeah.
was scared when he first got woken up, but he, like, learned things and learned from that child and, like, learned to speak. The book Frankenstein is not a lot like the movies we know of Frankenstein.
No, it's just like Frankenstein in...
Monster Squad.
Oh, what's that other one? Young Frankenstein?
Oh, Young
Or
Frankenstein.
Transylvania 65000?
Yeah, it's Transylvania 65000.
Rocky Horror Picture Show, I think, is what you're thinking of.
No, he's thinking about Transylvania 65000. The great one with Kramer.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I'm going to make a confession because I feel like I'm in a safe place. I don't think I've ever seen that.
You have to watch it.
You should watch it. It's not bad.
It's got, who's in it? Howie Mandel. The other guy.
It's a bunch of weird
Not
dudes
Howie Mandel.
from the 80s.
The guy from fucking Jurassic Park.
Yes.
The doctor. I can't think of his fucking name right now.
Oh, Sam Neill.
No.
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 The doctor.
The comedy guy. The Fly. He was in The Fly.
Are you talking about fucking
Jeff
Nedry?
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. Wow. I was not thinking Jeff Goldblum.
Dude, you got to remember
Guys,
Ed Begley Jr.'s in that too. I forgot that.
Yeah. It's definitely worth a watch, man. Transylvania 65000. if you
Gina
ever get a
Davis.
chance.
I've read Gina Davis.
Oh, yeah. She plays a vampire.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Carol Kane's in it too?
Yep.
Michael Richards. Damn, I gotta check this out.
Dun,
I don't even know
dun,
what's about. You know what?
dun,
Don't tell me anything.
dun.
I'm gonna go in blind.
Yes. Go watch
Oh,
it.
dude, I'm rating this on IMDb right now. I should watch that again. Let's all watch it and come back together next week.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll do a Plotty Time watches.
Plotty Time watches Transylvania 65000. Anyway, this is where we were in the game.
Right.
Frankenstein tells you that Dracula is trying to give life to all his little Dracula creatures that he can, because they're born dead.
Right.
And he needs Frankenstein to tie to Well, he needs the monster to tie to Frankenstein's machine to give life to all those things. Because
he can't use regular people.
Yeah, he can't use regular people, or the werewolf doesn't work.
He's been trying.
Yeah, but he needs, because the monster can actually do this. So we've been trying to track him down. But then the werewolf's there, and you figure out that Dracula can see through the werewolf's eyes, so now Dracula knows where they are.
Was this in the movie?
I don't remember.
I don't think
Like
so.
I
don't remember.
I think he did need Frankenstein for the experiment, but I don't.
That's what I was leaning towards.
Frankenstein's monster for the experiment.
Like his kids that are born die too fast,
Yeah.
and he needs whatever regenerative fucking technology Frankenstein uses to keep his kids alive.
Yeah,
Right.
It's something like that.
Why'd he kill
That
the
is-
Frankenstein doctor then?
That is so fucking weird,
Yeah.
right? Like that's a weird plot line to involve Dracula in.
Yeah, well, they needed to throw Frankenstein in there, too.
Well, they didn't need to.
Well, why couldn't it just been Dracula's building an army and he wants to raise the dead and use Frankenstein's tech?
I don't know, man.
I didn't
They were
write
trying
the
to change
fucking
it. They were trying to change. You're making me like the story more because it's not what it's not a normal thing.
I guess what I was looking for there was my pitch better than what was in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Your pitch, no.
Whatever, man.
Yours is kind of too.
Well, let's not get offensive here.
But you don't want to see Dracula run an army of the undead?
That's
That
kind
sounds
of-
like a movie to me.
That's kind of what he's doing here.
Kind of trying
You're just
to.
changing it a little worse.
He does that in Castlevania, too, if you watch
Yeah.
the series.
It's a good series. Can't believe you
But
didn't
my
watch that
movie's
yet.
bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was bullshit. I said it wasn't as good.
My fictional movie I didn't even make up yet.
Well,
You're saying already it's not
Yeah,
as
that's not good.
We'll have to spitball some shit then. All right.
Off air. Yeah, we don't want people seeing the deal. Yeah.
We'll add it to the list of movie ideas we came up with on this show.
Right.
By the way, nobody out there fucking take any of these. All right?
For real, I already emailed them to myself.
Be cool.
Just erase them from the game, man. You can just do that. Anyway, so then you're chasing the werewolf through Castle Frankenstein again, and you end up fighting him, and you crash out a window, and you're like shooting him on the way down, and he's crashing into this water. And is he dead? You might have killed him. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
So you go to the castle. And Dracula, of course, has the princess because you were just avoiding that part of your duty the entire time.
Well, you already saved her once. Well,
Yeah.
you already didn't say keep an eye on her.
And he's like, hey, I'll trade you her for the monster. And you're like, nah.
No.
Then you end up fighting Dracula.
Yeah, you're like, I promised I wouldn't. But he
They're
should
like
know
best
where
buds
he
now.
is.
They're best buds now. Yeah.
According to the Frankenstein, Dracula already knows where he
I
is.
think Dracula just doesn't want to get his hands dirty. I understand that.
Oh, he doesn't want
He's
to go
tired of
down there.
micromanaging and shit. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So you're fighting Dracula, and then the monster comes in and like drops rocks on to help you win.
Yeah.
Apparently, Dracula uses like ice magic now.
I couldn't tell if it was ice or electricity.
That could be both.
Yeah.
I thought it was electricity.
Electric
Yeah.
ice.
Because
Could've
of the
been.
whole like Frankenstein electricity, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then, of course, the castle starts falling, and you get the bingo spot of, hey, escape before this crashes all
Oh,
the way
yeah.
down.
You get that note from the order that says, oh, the castle's crashing. Get out of here.
Awesome.
Oh, that was funny.
And, of course, you, like, escape Castle Frankenstein, and then Princess Anna shows up, who was, I guess, escaped while you were fighting Dracula. Yeah. And she shows up with 2 chariots. And you're like, hey, we can't leave the monster behind. And you're like, we aren't. He's in here. Get in. And then it's kind of like a carriage driving scene.
Yeah. Horse and buggy shit.
Yeah. Which may have something similar to it in the movie. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But you end up fighting one of Dracula's lovers here, Verona. What?
I have... Yeah, you kill her with the classic exploding fucking horse and buggy trick.
Yeah, because you drive. Well, first you got to drive the carriage off a cliff.
Oh, that's this.
Yeah, and then she goes after it.
Yeah, because she thinks the monster's in there.
Oh.
But he's in the
okay.
other one.
Okay.
He's a 50-50 shot.
So dumb.
And yeah, because as it's falling off the cliff, she's looking in, and it's like a bomb that counts as 0. Anyway, then it's you kind of like crash there, and Velkin's there again. Guess he didn't die when he fell off.
Yeah, right?
He's died like 7 times already in this game.
Yeah, it's like you don't kill anybody in fights.
No, this is like the 6th time you're fighting him, too.
Yeah.
6 or 7. And of course, you end up beating him, and you reverse to human again. And he's like, kill me. He's like, all right, I will. But then he reverts back and bites you real quick.
Ah, that bastard.
But of course, well, he gave you directions how to find Igor, because Igor has the key to get to Frankenstein's mansion.
Yeah, you can get in that portal.
After he bites you, he's like, hey, man, I'm sorry, but here's how you get there.
He's like, yeah, that was me.
And he's like, yeah, he has the key to get through the portal there. And then you get another note from the order. It's like, hey, there's a key. Igor has the key to the portal.
It's like, what the fuck? Were you just listening to... Were these notes from Velkin the whole time?
So then you end up going through the forest and fighting Igor.
Yeah, I thought you killed him the first time.
I think he escaped.
All right.
Because the werewolf was there and you ended up...
Oh, yeah, scared you.
Yeah. And then after you fight Igor and beat him, the ghost from earlier in the game shows up. It's like, hey, Gabriel, it's me, Valerius, again. And he picks up Igor's weapon and opens the portal. And he's like, hey, this is how you get to Dracula's castle.
Yeah, he's like, here, this is how the portal works, dude.
So then you get in Dracula's castle. And somehow, in between when you crashed your chariot and now...
For real.
Anna's chained up on the wall. And while she's there, she's like, hey, you've been bitten. He's like, oh, it wasn't your brother, though. Don't worry.
Yeah, there must have been like long stretches of gameplay because stuff like that doesn't make sense. Or you know how Velkin keeps coming back, or I guess how...
Yeah.
Well,
survived.
I guess Velkin could come back because you don't use silver
Yeah,
bullets
he is a
or anything.
werewolf,
Yeah.
I guess. And I mean, you fell and lived, so he could fall and live.
Well, you are Van Helsing.
But he is a werewolf.
Yeah, who the hell knows, man?
But anyway, she's like, well, when we find the cure that's in here, we're going to cure Velkin and you. And he's like, oh,
Yeah, about that.
yeah, maybe you shouldn't get your plans all, or your ducks in a row right now.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
So she's all sad. And you go through the castle and you end up fighting the third and final vampire mistress here, Alira. And it's kind of, you fight the battle and then there's a quick cutscene where you just stake her through the heart and it's kind of over.
Yeah.
I wrote down, it was a pretty anticlimactic fight here.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
It's like, so you climb to the top of the castle and you also find that this whole time Dracula has Frankenstein because he got Frankenstein and on at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? He had him the entire time?
No, just since you crashed the chariot and fought Igor.
okay.
Well, when he grabbed Anna, he's like, oh, shit, there's Frankenstein.
Yeah. But he's started the experiment already to bring all those things to life. All the dead babies to life.
Makes sense.
Oh, man. I don't know why in my mind I didn't think about bringing all the dead babies back to life. I thought about future babies he had to continue them surviving.
Yeah, well, Frank, or the monster explained that they're all born dead and they can only stay alive for a little bit.
Right. I thought that the thing he was getting was going to extend their life past immediately after birth, not bring back all the ones that have already died.
Oh, well.
But I guess that's semantics.
Yeah, who knows?
My brain processed it wrong.
Fair enough.
And then the monster's like, hey, man, you got to go kill Dracula. It's the only way we can stop them. And he's like, all right, I'll cut you out of here. You go find Anna, and I'll go fight Dracula.
Fair.
Blah, blah, blah. You end up coming across Dracula and fighting him. And at the end of the fight here, you turn into a werewolf. And Dracula's like, no, you can't be a werewolf too. He's like, aha, only a werewolf can beat you. And Dracula's like, you're being used. You don't know what's going on. If you join me now, I'll tell you all you forget.
We could be bros again.
Yeah. Remember when we were in that chat room together?
Like, just drive around. Like, just us. No chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And you're like, no. And you're a werewolf and you attack him. And I guess this kills Dracula. And then Anna runs in and is like, I found the antidote. And just...
Just in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, stabs you in the neck with it.
But then you kind of like retaliate as the werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
And
just to get stabbed with a needle.
yeah.
You're a wolf.
I told you not to sneak up on me.
For real.
And you wound Anna and she dies. And the monster's like, hey, man, sometimes you got to kill people.
Yeah, like Frankenstein's like, oh, man, I'll be your fucking therapist right now.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
You can't be in
It's
that
like
chat. I got my own chat room.
You killed so many other people. What the fuck?
But you see, as soon as she dies, like her soul goes and heads upwards, which I assume is implying she's going to heaven.
Oh, isn't that
And you're like,
nice?
your whole job the entire time was to make sure her family got to heaven. So objective complete. End of game.
Oh, fair enough. I did not see that.
Yeah, I didn't put that together either. But I'll be honest, I tuned out a little bit towards the end.
Yeah?
I thought it was I don't remember her dying in the movie, but I guess so.
Who knows? We'll have to watch that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really... Okay, I'm remembering now. I'm looking at my notes. But Frankenstein says, now Anna's ghost forgives you. And I was like... And then they just implied that this whole thing is totally fine. This was just a big oopsie. Don't let this bother you that Anna's dead.
Yeah.
And Van Helsing's like, all right. And then we're done.
Yeah, but it was... The rest of her family can go to heaven now. The spirits.
And now
Right,
Frankenstein and Van Helsing are besties for life.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool.
They can start their own chat room now. Out Dracula.
Well, that's it. That's the game. We did it. We talked about it. We went over it. We're pretty sure that was exactly what happened in the movie, minus one or two small things, maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's not even. I do believe he killed Dracula in the movie. It's got to be close. It's got to be close.
Yeah.
Well, we can discuss this a little bit more about how close it is in our favorite segment of every week, Final Thoughts.
Ooh, why don't you start this time, Poppascotch?
You know what? I would fucking love that. God damn it, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do.
I got it.
Oh, good.
Did watching this game make you want to Frankenstein a Dracula?
Where's this going? I like it.
Was the story pretty good? Or did you think it was written by Scott Bakula?
Hey,
What?
Don't jinx
good shit, man.
Don't jinx some scientists. Let them finish.
And out of 27 stars, how many would you give this Van Helsing game? I got nothing for that. What? You can't rhyme 3 things with Dracula.
Blackula.
Well, I mean, first of all, you got yourself into this. Secondly, did watching this video make me want to play the game? No, dude. No, I was very confused about... I just think something in my brain doesn't want to accept this interpretation of Dracula and Frankenstein.
That's
like,
fair.
Where we're all,
yeah.
Like, they're not their own superheroes. We have to jam them in here so Van Helsing can interact with both of them at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think they're superheroes in anything.
No, well,
Fair.
Okay. I get that, he hunts monsters. These are the monsters. They're famous monsters. I get it. I conceptually get it, but it doesn't jive with me. I don't like the fact that he gets to go kill all these monsters.
Yeah.
Just the whole Van Helsing thing. I was never into Van Helsing. I like the idea of a kind of a lineage of monster hunters, and I like when Van Helsing-esque characters show up in movies.
But you don't like how there's one guy who just takes them all out.
Right, like I don't like their movie. I don't want to see their movie. I want them to be a supporting character. And when Van Helsing's a primary character, I'm just like, whatever.
All right.
But watching the video didn't make me want to play it. Did the story work for me? Oh, like I said, it kind of didn't, just because I don't really like the framing, but I don't think that's really fair because, it's like, this is what we're given. So
Yeah, imagine you didn't know what a Frankenstein or Dracula was.
Okay, well then I still didn't like it that much. Because, I think it's a cop-out to just have Velkin keep showing up and being a boss fight and then leave, and then show up and be a boss fight and then leave.
Right.
I don't know. It's also better than having different werewolves to fight.
Or was he leading you to Dracula the whole time?
Maybe. Whatever, dude. You're throwing werewolves in here now. I just...
Fair
too
enough.
Too many main characters in the movie.
All right.
We just like playing devil's advocate every time you're doing your
I know.
That's
So,
funny.
what kind of score would I give it? I mean, it was based on the movie, so it was written by a real person and just kind of the same thing, but I thought taking it and adapting it to the game, the flow was just weird and different, so it lost some points for that. And if we're being honest, the movie's not great.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know. Maybe it was.
I don't remember it either, but I figured if it was good, I would have watched it again in the last 15 years or 20 years.
Maybe I never even seen it.
I don't think it's as good as Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel's real bad.
It's real good.
Gretel and Hansel.
We're going to have to do another Plotty Time watch just to hash this out, maybe.
We'll have to watch that, this, and Brothers Grimm.
I'm silent because I'm writing this down.
Brothers Grimm's the one with Matt Damon, right?
Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
talking about Grimsby.
No, that's... Wow. No. Is that the one where Sacha Baron
Yep.
Cohen? Oh, Jesus. All right. I'm ashamed I know that.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
Brothers Grimm, Hansel and Gretel, Van Helsing, and Transylvania 65000.
All right.
All right. So, final score. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
I mean, it was kind of super powerhouse guys, main characters getting together. It was a little entertaining. Fighting was fun. I'm sure it made a lot more sense as a game than the X-Files did as a game that we just talked about last
Right.
week.
What about
So
Constantine?
I gave it the same score as Constantine.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's
So I'll stick with my 7. So let's move on then to Sir Chump Slap.
Yeah, what's up? You got something to say?
Did watching this video make you want to Dracula Frankenstein?
That's probably easier to rhyme, man.
Did the story work for you, or was it just a box of slime? Whoa. And what score out of 27 stars do you think would be prime?
Nice.
Stein doesn't really rhyme with prime, but,
Hey.
let's go with it.
Does in my rhyming dictionary. Did I want to play it? No. The gameplay looked stupid. It was just like you'd get to a little area, they'd block it off. Then you have to shoot or slice all the enemies. And the shooting...
God of War.
Yeah, but I didn't like how the shooting... Was it auto-aimed?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't like that. That seems like a cop-out. I don't like having guns where you can't aim down the fucking sights. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's a hack and slash. You probably just face someone's direction,
Yeah.
hit the button to attack, and a bullet went towards them. Like,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I do, but
Not my jam.
forget it's a hack and slash, you know?
Yeah. So, no, I don't want to play it. Did the story work for me? I thought the story was okay. I mean, minus all the stupid letters from the order. That really fucking annoyed me.
I know. I didn't even realize how dumb it was until you brought it up.
But I like the idea that you're a guy, you're trying to get Dracula. Actually, I guess you're trying to get Anna?
Yeah, you're trying to kill Dracula so Anna's family can go to heaven.
Oh, right. Stop the curse.
Yeah.
Isn't it just that you, wait, no, because you go to save Anna first, right? That's like your first mission?
You're trying to not let Dracula
Yeah, your first
kill her
mission
before.
is grab her. But I don't know. I liked it. I like how you go through a couple places, find Dracula, murder him. I mean, the werewolf following you around, I don't know.
He is a toy of Dracula.
Yeah. He's a tool of Dracula, and he's also the princess's brother. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense why he's trying to get at her and kill you. I don't know. I thought it was an okay story. I'm not going to hate on it. So out of 27 stars, I'm going to give it... Let's say it's better than X-Files, so I'll give it a 9, dude.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. No, let's trust the process.
I liked it. I thought it was decent. Maybe I was in a good mood when I watched it. I don't know, but hey, fuck it. It's a 9.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll move on to the star of the show, Dr. Syintist.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions to ask him? Do you want to maybe try to redeem your previous attempts?
Yeah, I got this.
Okay. Go for it.
Did watching this make you want to Van Helsing out?
Ooh.
Was the story all right, or was it something that made you shout? Jesus Christ. And out of 27 stars, how much would you give to this clout? That's bad. The whole thing was bad. I didn't redeem myself at all.
Do you want to delete it and start over?
Wait, is this what it's like listening to me do it?
Yes.
Actually, that was slightly better than most of yours.
Wow.
Yeah, at least all the word rhymes.
And you
I
didn't
gotta
say
work
cow.
on my game. This is okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Would I play it? I probably would have back in the day. I like those hacking. It reminds me a lot of Dante's Inferno or the 3D Castlevania Lord of Shadows games, which I played anyway.
Just gonna say you're a hack and slash man from way back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's also got that fixed screen that you can't move.
Yeah, and
that
it's
annoys
a lot
me.
like Devil May Cry crap too, but so did those games.
Yeah.
And that day I probably would have played it. Did the story work for me? I talking about it. I wasn't high on it before we got here, but as we talked about it, and Poppascotch pointed out that it's kind of a different Dracula story. It grew on me as we talked about it.
No, it wasn't bad.
I like how it was different that he said that, and it kind of portrayal as Dracula as this kind of just wants to be a father figure thing.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
He was a little weird, but it was still kind of cool too. But he's got all these, and Dracula's just evil, and kind of annoyed me that they didn't explain anything of who Van Helsing is. I think
this whole Gabriel thing.
I think they were expecting to make more movies, and then they would answer these questions. I don't even know if that's brought up in the movie, but
I assume he's an angel, right?
maybe he's fighting with Dracula.
I was like, Gabriel, angel. I don't know.
But you're just going off because his name is Gabriel, though.
Yeah, really. And he's ancient. He's at least 400 years old.
Well, yeah, because the other guys remember him, and he's old as Dracula because Dracula fought with him. I don't know. It would have been nice to figure out something.
Yeah,
Other than nothing.
I hear you.
Damn, you're right. I want to kind of take a point off for that.
Too late.
I know.
But all the other stuff you said is kind of valid. And it was... I'm feeling it more than Constantine because I haven't watched the movie. But I think it is a better portrayal of what happened than Constantine was, even though I didn't watch the movie. I'll give it... I'm going to have to go with Poppascotch here and give it a 7.
Ooh, 7.
I think wow, this is going to be one of the highest rated games we did on the
I know, right? Damn, that's 23.
Yeah, somehow we gave that a 23.
Somehow we gave that.
That's pretty close to up there for this year. It's right next to both Alone in the Dark 2 and Metroid Prime. We gave 24s.
Ooh.
And then if you kick it back to last year, we gave No More Heroes a 24.
I kind of want to do
Wow, nothing's got 23 in a while, huh?
Not in my limited scrolling. That took that long.
That's you don't have to look, man.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Saints Row 2 got a 23, and so did GTA Vice City.
I could see
and
those
Dark
being
Watch.
the same.
Interesting.
The process works, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there. It's
Scientifically proven.
the most accurate podcast known to man.
I've heard people on the street saying that now.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the
That is-
shirts, and I know we didn't make them.
Well, we are now. So
If you made that shirt, I would definitely buy it.
I'll make the most accurate podcast. How are we only thinking about that now? By the time this is out, you can go to the store, plottytime.com, and buy the most accurate podcast in the game. Oh, perfect. All right, so yeah, that gives us score 23. And with that, let's go ahead and move right into our favorite segment of every week, which is Dr. Syintist Radical Pokemon Rock of the Week.
It's a Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh, come on. Every week, we ask Dr. Syintist for 1% guaranteed amazing, radical, super duper, garbage themed Pokemon of the week, and he's never let us down. This week, Dr. Syintist, what do you got for us?
I should do one. I so wish I thought of this ahead of time, do an April Fool's one and just pick the chin Pokemon.
Nice.
nice.
Shoe.
Shoo.
Penguin. That's the only one I remember other than that. And you had to find them all in the fucking South Park games.
Yeah, that was good.
Anyway, I couldn't decide between two of them, which were going to be the most annoying that I'd have on people I don't like. So I'm just going to do the other one this week.
Oh, okay.
So first off, they're going to smell like trash, and then they're going to have this one. Its name is Impidimp.
Impidimp.
Yeah.
Spell it for me.
Sounds like a
Impidimp.
Sounds like a slur.
It does. It almost does. But it's a dark fairy Pokemon that sneaks into people's house and steals small things. So it just frustrates the people, and it feeds off the negative frustration.
Damn, he looks
Interesting.
annoying as hell. He's a
Oh, my
prankster
God.
or frisk.
Yeah.
Inabilities pickpocketing.
Yeah, because I would picture him like stealing like remotes. And
Oh, gender ratio, 100% male.
oh,
I saw that too. I don't understand what that means, but
well, you can do breeding and stuff in Pokemon. So
I like the it's like the size of a fucking fat rabbit. It's 1 foot 4 inches and 12.1 pounds.
yeah, but I just wanted to go in my enemies' houses and steal stuff from them, so they misplace it and just get frustrated and can't find things. Because I know how much it annoys me.
Fucking A. Like, where are my keys?
Yeah,
I get so mad when certain things aren't where they're supposed to be and I got somewhere to be.
Oh, yeah. Tell me
where
about
did I put my fucking keys?
Yeah. And it's just, and you had it like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
You were somewhere.
I know I had it because I got into my house. I used them to open the door.
Are they still in the door?
They're in here somewhere.
Yeah, then you check the door, like, no, where the fuck did I put them after that? And here the whole time, the Impidimp is sneaking and moving them around.
Oh, what a prick. He has a real punchable face, too.
Yeah, he does. He really does. But if you ever wake up one day and have a Garbodor outside and an Impidimp inside, you know you're my enemy.
Yeah, that's how you'll know. That's how you'll know. All right, there you go, the Impidimp. It evolves into the Grimmsnarl. Anyway, so that's going to take us to our favorite segment of every week, which is Sir Chump Slaps this or that.
It's A or B. What do you see? These nuts.
Oh, that was worth it.
Keep it.
That's actually that's very on brand for the this or that we're just going to tell you about. Because every week we give Chump Slap 7 prompts, and he has to pick this week if the prompt I give him is the name of a real-life newspaper somewhere
Okay.
or a sex act.
Oh.
Or both.
There's no both options. It's one or the other on this one. So you're going to hear the 7 prompts. You have to decide if it's a newspaper. I guess that was real or at one point existed. Or a sex
what are
act.
newspapers?
Like a donkey punch sort of situation.
Right. Dirty Sanchez.
And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I looked up these sex acts before I went to this, and I am not going to explain them.
Fair enough.
Don't need you to.
You guys have the Urban Dictionary at home. You can figure it out.
All right.
California
All right,
steamer.
so Sir Chump Slap, are you ready?
Got it. Sex or news?
There we go. Number 1, the Sheboygan Press.
I don't know what it was, but I wasn't expecting that.
I know. That's great. That's obviously news, though.
The Cleveland Steamer.
That's a sex.
The Columbus Dispatch.
News.
The Wichita Eagle.
News.
The Toledo Blade.
Sex.
The Alaskan Pipeline.
Sex.
The New Orleans Welcome.
Sex.
Hold the phones. This guy almost perfect. Another 6 out of 7.
Which one did he get wrong? The Toledo Blade.
The Toledo Blade was incorrect. That's a real life, or at one point was a newspaper.
What the hell's an Alaskan? I don't want to know.
You can look it up. I'm not explaining it on the. I looked it up. It's gnarly.
I used to have a Cleveland Steamer T-shirt.
Yeah, you had the Sheboygan Press, which is a newspaper. The Cleveland Steamer is a sex act. Obviously, that was kind of a gimme.
Yeah.
The Columbus Dispatch was a newspaper. The Wichita Eagle is a newspaper. The Toledo Blade's a newspaper. The Alaskan Pipeline and the New Orleans Welcome are both sex acts. If anyone had some really clever guesses of what the Alaskan Pipeline is, not the actual definition, be cool about it.
Yeah,
Write
don't
something
look
clever.
it up.
And then where would they send that email to, Sir Chump Slap?
Well, send it to plottytime@gmail.com, and I'll gladly read that, or the New Orleans Welcome, or whatever the fuck.
Perfect. And if they wanted to get to us faster on the socials with anything but pictures of whatever the fuck these sex acts are, where would they do that, Dr. Scientist?
At Plottytime on Instagram, and stop by the Reddit, and don't give us pictures of them.
Do not do that.
Unless unless it's like Bugs Bunny. Then maybe it'll be funny.
I was going to say, can you paint us a picture of what you would like to get as a picture?
Bugs Bunny, Cleveland Steamer, Donald Duck. You make it up.
All right, don't do that.
Perfect. And then you can also go to YouTube, like and subscribe there. It really helps us out. You can also go to our official store, plottytime.com, which redirects you to eBay, and it's where you can find your most accurate podcast in the game t-shirt. That about does it for us. So as always, shout out to Blaine JJ, Drago the Slago, Hamman, and as always, Luis Guzman. Don't ever trust Dr. Scientist, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.